Backstage at NWA New York, Anniversary Anarchy, and we're here with, I guess we can say, the legendary Balls Mahoney. Balls, welcome to Rochester.
Hey, what's up, man? It's been a while since I've been back here. When was the last time I was back here, Colin? When did WWE run up here? 07, I was here with WWE.
Was that the show when Colin was running, did his debut?
I don't remember. It was a TV taping. We drove up here, and, it was all right. But I used to love Rochester in the old ECW days. We'd do Rochester, Buffalo, Erie. It was one of the towns in the loop. It's just been a long time since I've been up here. Yeah. Hey, Arthur Shawcross, how you doing?
Okay. And he might be telling the truth, actually. Well, not anymore, I guess. What? Arthur, I think, has gone to great beyond, I think.
Did he die?
Yeah, I think he did, yeah.
Oh, man, guy cut his mom's head off so we could talk to her without her at him, man. You know what's messed up? All this weird shit, like all these killers and stuff, I hate them, and I hate them all, and they need to go. But you know what? What man, after dealing with nagging, wouldn't say, man, that motherfucker screwed up. But I understand, I mean,
yeah,
but there's an input, you just don't do it, you shouldn't have done it.
Right. I mean, we're not condoning that, but sometimes you think, there, but for the grace of God, go on. The original ECW, the new ECW. I mean,
ECW ended in 2001, okay? This new ECW that made, that was just Vince's attempt to get a third TV show back on, which I applaud him for. I don't applaud for the fact that he brought us in with the understanding we're going to try to do what you guys did, but we're going to do it our way. And then 2 months later, no hardcore matches, none of this. You can't do that, you can't do this. They took me aside, cut away half my offense, and, okay, thanks. So no, that wasn't ECW. That was WWE, period. It wasn't ECW that Paulie didn't own it. Vince owned it. It's Vince's company. It's the same thing. It was just a different name. What it was Extreme Championship Heat Wrestling. That's all it was Heat with a different name. That's what then now it's next, which is Heat. So,
but it got Colin Delaney some work, so.
Well, there's a lot of guys when ECW shut down that would have been wrestling. In 2001, if ECW didn't go bankrupt, Homicide would have been in ECW. Dan Moff would have been in ECW. Colin Delaney, if he'd come up in ECW or someone just would have been in ECW. The guys that got to ECW would have been there anyway. But think about all that. When ECW shut down, and all these guys ended up in TNA 2003, 2004, Loki, Homicide, they all would have been up with us. Kid Cruel, Mike Cruel, he would have been up with us. I mean, that, ECW is a void that will never be filled. He had the opportunity to do it and wouldn't do it.
Do you still keep in contact with Paul Heyman? Do you still talk to him?
Every now and then. Paulie's got 2 kids and he's busy. He's trying to work outside the business, the entertainment industry. I have my first son. I'm always busy.
Your father?
Yeah, my dad.
Really? You're going to see a tattoo here?
Christopher Hayden Alexander Reckner. That's his birthday. And he's a Scorpio.
Scorpio. Not too cold Scorpio.
No, not too cold Scorpio.
So he's 2.5 now, roughly?
2 years, 7 months, yeah.
In all seriousness, would you want your son to be a wrestler?
No, and the problem is we always play around. He does super fly splashes. If I pick him up straight up like this, he's shooting stars through. He can do all this stuff.
Wow.
I pick him up for a power bomb and say rada, and he puts his feet around and gives me a rada. But no, I don't. He'll probably be in the business, but I want him not to be able to depend. I don't want him to have to depend on the business like I do.
Okay. So it's like, I know how Steve Corino, his son at age 13 is doing pro stuff now, but you're basically taking the approach, if he wants to do it, fine, but you're not going to encourage him.
I'm not going to push it, yeah. In fact, I'm encouraging him to be an amateur wrestler, football, that stuff, Go to college, win some freestyle states and freestyle national championships, try to get to the Olympics. I'm all for that. To be this, I mean, yeah, he'll have the talent on everybody. He'll be second generation with me teaching him, and the kid, unless he's a klutz, he ain't going to go wrong, and he's not. But no, I don't want him in. And if he does get in, of course, he's going to have to deal with me bringing him in slow and doing it the right way, So.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, you did amateur wrestling, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Tell us where at.
New Jersey, and then all over the freaking country for 3 years. I was wrestling. I wrestled sophomore, junior, and senior year at high school. After my sophomore year, I started doing freestyle tournaments. I was a freestyle state champion twice in New Jersey, placed in the freestyle junior nationals, and then went to college, undefeated, blew my right knee in the national qualifier. The kid I pinned when I blew my knee pinned his way through the national tournament. So there went my Rutgers ride. Went back into freestyle because I was doing this when I was 15, pro wrestling.
Oh, okay.
I started setting up rings when I was 12. So I had my first pair of boots before a pair of wrestling sneakers. So this was just, let's see how good I can be in freestyle. And I did a tournament, and in the quarterfinals, I'm wrestling a guy who's really good. And if I won, I'm wrestling Baumgartner, Blue Steve Baumgartner.
Really? Okay.
And one thing led to another, and I got disqualified for breaking the kid's back, and I punched the referee and was banned. But I still, I'm now an unpaid assistant at my old high school, so my son's ready to come in. You know, he'll be wrestling next year. But listen, dude, they're starting the show. I'm going to go get inside. We'll continue this another time.
Yeah,
okay?
Balls, pleasure meeting you. Good luck.
You too.
You're
Big man, give me a high five on the camera. See, there you go. Wow. It's a
Balls Mahoney. Balls Mahoney. What more can we say? A living legend. And you know, so he punches a referee during an amateur match. I think that's overblown. He shouldn't have been disqualified. But that's just me.